We are not against refugees. Ugandans are good hosts, but people should not abuse our hospitality. And guns and other things are criminally done by people who come through our porous borders. We should check those that have our national IDs, whether they are citizens or not citizens of this country. Two, I talked about the issue of registration of SIM cards and national IDs, and I reminded him that I was on spot to tell him that, look here, that will not solve the problem, because some people can use roaming phones, come and commit crimes, use our porous borders, and then leave the country at their own will. Thirdly, we talked about respect of human rights. And that's when I posed the question of the Honorable Namboze, that why is she still, not free? If police has any charges, let them present them, and she's sick. So he said he agrees that she should be taken for treatment, but he has reservation on her conduct. But I insisted that respect for human rights and dignity must be given priority in this country if we are to fight crime. We cannot do criminal acts to fight crime in this country. Then, of course, the other issue that came out was the plainclothes so-called operatives arresting people. So how can people draw a distinction between kidnappers and plainclothes security operatives? And he also came out and said he disagrees with that, and that the new IGP must address this very fast, that he has given him chance to address it. Well, let's see what happens. The interaction was not bad, but it taught us what some people think about others. I can tell you, if we sit in a group and we do not think about human rights, it doesn't matter who you fault on the side of the law. In order to seek equity, I urge the members of this government to come with clean hands. You cannot incarcerate numbers and abuse her rights and tell us about respecting of rights.
But the issue of the opposition sitting on the Security Council.
Well, Honorable Fungaro talked about the issue of the opposition sitting on the National Security Council, and the president said he doesn't disagree with it, but the issue is that some are subversive. He mentioned the issue of the Leto Poker and other people that joined the CONY, but he also agrees that unorganized nation should have the opposition sitting, or a modern nation should have the opposition being part of the Security Council. So, in the nutshell, the interaction is not bad. You get to know what those that you do not necessarily agree with think of you, but also think about the country. So matters of security, I think, should be given utmost priority for every single Ugandan. I had good, amazing ideas from certain people. Of course, people were talking about people that are being battered on landing sites. The president said he's going to arrest those people that are beating up fishermen. So, I mean, there are a lot of contradictions. But we wish the best for this country. If these interactions continue, then we all must know where everyone stands. Of course, abuse of our national IDs, our passports being used by foreigners every now and then. I mean, he has a lot to answer to the nation.
Did the president divulge anything to do with the arrest of...
Well, no. I didn't hear anyone ask that question. But the issue of bail to suspects is what we raised, that no one should do away with it. It's a constitutional right for people at the discretion of the justice system, of the jury. Thank you. Yes, of course, he said, the president said that he wants a national dialogue, and I think I'm very sorry, this is a point I skipped, that he wants to come up with a national dialogue, and whereby we can talk about the security situation of the country. He really talked about that.
MP's security?
He talked about MP's security. He said that it would be beefed up for those that have threats. Unfortunately, I don't have any threat. For those that have threats to them, those who want to threaten me, for me, God is my protector. Thank you.